Good evening. Welcome to In the Psychic Flow. Thank you for joining me tonight. Today was a beautiful day in Sarasota, Florida, nice and hot. We have no cold weather at all, so we're still in flea season as far as I'm concerned. I learned a good trick today, though. If you have a flea problem and you're in Florida, I started vacuuming my head with the hose, and that's why it looks like this. So seriously, that's what I did. And it actually works because once in a while when you're cleaning things, you end up, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so welcome to the show. It's just me this evening with my coffee cup. And I wanted to do some mini readings for you. So I hope you will join us. Please join into the chat room. And hopefully some people will get on. I'm supposed to talk about Laura Romero had suggested to me to talk about grief and how to work through something when you have someone on the other side who is maybe not your fond, maybe you don't have the fondest memories or you had a problem with them. So we'll talk about that tonight. Hi, Laura. That's the other Laura, I think. Oh, yeah, it is. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, how you doing? If you want readings, let me know. Let me click on this, Laura. This is not the same Laura. This is a different Laura. I wanted to talk to you about my website, which is carolancarey.com. My name is spelled Carolan. And she goes, hello, it's me. It's the best Laura. Carey.com. And I have the latest show from the archives. Tiffany Michelle White is kind enough to put them on the website so you can see it. If you missed the show or you missed last week's show, you can catch up. Also, I have a little blog on there. I haven't done anything in the last few weeks, but I will. And that's a channeled message, usually from one of my guides, Rose. And sometimes I'll put pictures of people that I have researched that have come into me. For some reason, they want their story told, or they just want to chat, or they just want to be recognized. So that's been enjoyable. What else do we have? Let's see. I don't have anything exciting coming up. I worked in Venice last week or 2 weeks ago. It was very nice. Made a lot of contacts there. And I enjoy what I do. I'm a psychic medium, which means I work with kind of like two abilities. And one is psychic, which you've seen probably people using tarot or reading auras and that kind of thing. That's past, present, and future generally. So I will get some of that. But what my primary purpose is to work as a medium, which is bringing messages from your loved ones in spirit. So that's my little niche, and that's what I like to do. So I would like to do some mini readings tonight if we get some people jumping on here, and I hope that they will. Let's see who we have. We have Laura Romero. We have Irene on here, as that's Laura's mom. Is it Romero or Romerio? Tell me, Laura, because you said I pronounced it wrong. Let's see what she says. Romero. I thought that's what I said. Romero, right? Romero. Correct? Let me know if that's right. Romero. Not Romerio. Okay, so it's Romero. I thought that's what I was saying. I didn't want to pronounce it wrong. Angels and Healing Light show, their radio show host is Laura Romero, and she's wonderful. She's an angel intuitive. She's joining our chat room today. So she's got a question. She had recommended a topic for this evening, so we will get into that. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's from Rio. Correct me if I'm wrong, Laura. Did you want me to talk about what to do when someone comes through on the other side that you don't particularly want to talk about? Is that what this topic was going to be, or is that your suggestion? Like if you had a problem with someone and they passed, how do you deal with that? I think that was the question. Oh, YouTube viewers are joining us. Thank you. Okay, well, we'll have to. This is from Linnell. Thank you. Welcome to the chat room from YouTube. Thank you for joining us. She's telling me she has a question, and she says, you share the same hair color as my wonderful sissy in spirit. It makes me smile when I see your hair. It makes me cry when I see it because I just got a haircut and it was a little short. Thank you so much. Our Melissa from YouTube. Melissa Parks, hello. Any messages from my loves on the other side? Okay, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. And what was the subject, Lord, when someone passes and there was unfinished business? That's it. Well, let me just address that for a minute before I do a couple of readings here, if you can be patient with me. Talking about mediumship and how it works is like one of my favorite things, so I'll try to keep it to a minimum. If someone passes and there is unsettled business or an argument, that is not unusual in a lot of cases because we don't always expect our loved ones to pass away. Sometimes things happen. It could be an accident, sudden death, God forbid, something else, like a suicide or a murder or something. There's only 4 ways you can go. And if a couple of those are not after a long illness, then you might have unfinished business. Like, for instance, my second husband passed away due to a heart attack coming home from work on the train. So, did I expect that? No, totally unexpected. Excuse me. So, as you said, there's a lot of unfinished business. So that's exactly what happened. And that's what brought me into this ability. Oh, Psychic Joanne Leo is watching on YouTube as well. Joey. Oh, that is Josie. Hi, Joe. How you doing? We're gonna have some nice readings tonight. So, mediumship is not just for reaching your departed loved ones, somebody that you love, like dad or mom or something in spirit, but also those that we didn't get to say goodbye to, those that we didn't get to talk to or say I love you one more time. That is the point. If someone comes in, and I know exactly what you're referring to, I believe, with this subject. When someone comes in and there was unfinished business, let's say with a brother or a dad or a mom or there was some kind of dysfunction or abuse or something like this, and it was never handled and it was never rectified, which, so there's no peace for the person who is grieving. And you can still be very mad at the person that passed, as I was, and totally not understanding what that was about. It's like you had this length of time together and it wasn't good, and then they're gone, and you have no chance to rectify it or to try to put a Band-Aid on it or to feel some kind of peace with it because it's a sudden death or it's an unexpected death and the situation was not perfect. Well, most people's situations are not perfect. Even if you had the best relationship, people will call or make an appointment with me and have a reading. Even if they had the best relationship, there's always something unfinished with them. And they just want to know that their loved one is at peace and to let them know that they still care. And the spirit also wants to let you know that they care. Now, if there was unfinished business, as Laura has suggested as a topic here, there usually is unfinished business. But if it's more so, if it was a dysfunction or you had an argument, and let's say you had an argument with your son and he crashed the car and passed away. That's a tough one. It's a child. Still, no matter how old they are, it's a child. Also, you didn't get a chance to say goodbye or you didn't end the argument. You want to know if they're still mad at you. The reason that I don't do as much paranormal, that I do more departed spirits that have made their transition and have had a life review generally, is because they have a lot to teach us. They can look at their death, they can look at their life, and they can look at what had the impact of that on who they have left behind. They have, when they make this transition and they have a review, it's not, oh, you go over here to hell and you go over here to heaven. That's not how it works. How it works, is my understanding from the other side, is you have either a movie clip or a review of situations in your life, and they go boom, boom, boom. And I had a little bit of an experience of this myself after a bad accident. I saw my life going in front of me, everything that I had done, like a movie, and everything that had gone on, things that I shouldn't have done, things that I did wrong, or things I could have done better. There was no judgment with it. It was just going past, and I realized I could have done better. This is what happens on the other side. Everybody goes through this if they want to move forward and, you know, and do what they want to do on the other side of life. So you will see people, for instance, a young man that was killed in a car accident, had an argument with his mother an hour before. They will come through, first of all, to let his mother know that he's okay and that he's at peace. Also, that he is sorry, that generally he is sorry that he left instantaneously like that. There was no goodbye. What he's learning on the other side, hello to his brothers or sisters or dad or whoever. That's the kind of messages that come through. Now, it's, even though she's still grieving the mom, I would hope that she is left after a reading with a sense of peace and a freedom, that she does not have to feel guilty. And he will tell her, excuse me, don't feel guilty about the argument. This was one of my exits. This was part of my contract, whatever it is. I don't necessarily get into that, but whatever they tell me, if they feel that this was an exit for them, this is what they were supposed to do, was to leave like this. Okay, that's what they're telling me. So she'll be left with, hopefully, that she knows her son is okay. She knows it wasn't her fault. She's going to continue to feel guilty until she allows herself to release this. The visit from the son is helpful to let her know that he crossed okay, that he still loves her and will continue to be in contact with her, because love never dies. Our loved ones are not that far away, and we can connect with them when we want, when we are able to. You can connect with them yourself. You can ask for signs, or you can ask in your dreams, that kind of thing. So now, if you had an argument with someone, is it going to be resolved? Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Is it going to be resolved? Well, usually what you're going to hear, let me give you an example. A woman I had a reading for at a church. I was doing a platform reading, which is to an assembly of people. And I came to this woman, or she asked for a reading. Her father came through. Now, I'm sure this is not her favorite person, because apparently there was dysfunction there, abuse or something. Pardon me. I have, we had a flea situation. So I have this earth stuff, that, however you pronounce it, DE, and I'm still mopping and cleaning it up. So it's blowing past me and it makes me choke once in a while. Sorry. She really didn't want to hear from her father. I could kind of tell, but I had a message from him to deliver. So I said, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead with this little message. He is coming through. He is not asking for forgiveness. He is just explaining to you he was not the best father. He did not have the parenting skills. It's not an excuse. It's just what he came from. And he did not know any better, and you deserved better than that. And what that does for the recipient, hopefully, is a sense of peace that we didn't deserve to be abused. We didn't deserve to be hurt. This is a problem, a dysfunction, a mental illness. with the parent that raised us, perhaps, that did this, the person in spirit that did this. Some people get upset because they'll be like, how can they be in heaven after what they did to me? Well, heaven has a lot of places. And a hell is something that we perpetuate on ourselves. Not everybody makes the switch to heaven. All right. Some people may stay in a gray zone or something for a while till they work through their problems. But if somebody who has had a past with you that wasn't great, that lacked, that was harmful or hurtful, excuse me, they're not asking for forgiveness, because that would be a lot to ask. And that's not why they're coming forward. They're coming forward to say to you, I'm sorry. You deserve better than what I gave you. It was part of my upbringing or part of a situation that happened to me. I'm only learning about that now as I'm on the other side. Most people don't learn a lot until they get over there. I just wanted to come through and tell you that I do love you and I am sorry for what I did. They're not expecting forgiveness. They're only asking that you understand that you deserve better. That's it. That's something they're going to have to work, that they're going to have to work on for a long time. So I hope that answers the question. If you think of something else about that, let me know if I didn't answer it. I hope I did. Anyway, so let's see what happens with some readings. One of the reasons that people seek, or one of the benefits of seeking a mediumship reading, either as privately or in a group or whatever, a private reading, a lot more comes through. You can get into a little bit more. When you're doing a public reading, such as a gallery or a platform, you really don't get into the nitty gritty of the reading, particularly something like that, that type of reading. And I was on the platform. So you're not going to get into it, because I don't want to embarrass her or hurt her. But she stopped me at the door when she was leaving, and she said, thank you. That gave me some peace and some understanding. So if that's what you get, that's better than what was going on before. We have to seek to understand, basically. That's what makes us spiritually mature. Just today I was hating on one of my husbands for some reason. I forget. I like to blame them once in a while. I'm like, well, if you're hanging around, could you at least help me out here, And I still get aggravated. And that's just aggravation. It's not nothing really horrible, but that they did. But misunderstandings between us is perhaps, I get a little mad about that still. So I have to forgive kind of on, I have to look at the bigger picture. And I have to forgive sometimes more than once a day or once every couple of months or whatever it is. I understand that. So with knowing that they're in spirit and they're okay, and we've had our connection, they apologize and I apologize or whatever. They're not perfect. Nobody is. But in a private reading, where I was going with that, in a private reading, you can get into more depth, and it's not something that I would discuss in a public arena. Okay. But this was enough for this woman to be able to look at the bigger picture and say, well, maybe my father's father was a drunk. Maybe my father's mother was this or that, and maybe that's part of the problem. So what that does then, it widens your horizon. It's not just that dad was a bad guy. Dad had problems. That's not an excuse. But we have to have an understanding of the situation. I think it helps to let it go a little bit, and that's my unprofessional opinion. I do think mediumship helps with these situations, and I know it helped me and enriched my life. So I would like to, I hope you will consider me your spirit connection. I really enjoy what I do, and I like to put families in touch and for them to understand what goes on the other side. So there's a lot of work. They're not just floating around, doing this, doing that. Some of them have jobs over there. They're happy to be guides, or they're learning, or they're channeling, or they're this or that. downloading stuff to us. And I think it's really beautiful that they share that with us. So, oh, good. I answered your question. Thank you, Laura. I apologize. I'm still choking on some dust. Okay. So let me get back here. What do we have? Linnell. From YouTube, Linnell, I'm wondering if I should stay on the West Coast this summer or go to the East Coast for the whole summer. The East Coast of Florida or the East Coast of the United States? Where do I get California? What's that about? Let me know. This is what I get. Where's my pen? A lot of times I write stuff down. I'm getting California for some reason. I don't know why. This is for the Linnell. So stay on the West Coast this summer and go to the East Coast for. Now I just got Linnell. Do you have? I think you have an older lady in spirit. I want to say, I get the word aunt here, but I also want to say a grandmother. So I want to say either a sister to a grandmother would be your aunt. If you have an aunt in spirit, I would like to know if you can confirm that for me. I have a lady here who's telling me to stay put. Now that's interesting because I got California. Now she's telling me to stay put. So I don't know where you're reaching out to us from. Let me go down here a little bit. Linnell is in California. Oh, okay. That's why I got California. Oh, that's cool. I just got the word. Okay, so that makes sense. So get rid of that. Okay. This lady in spirit, which I believe to be your grandmother and possibly her sister, which would be an aunt, had told me directly, stay put. So I don't know what that means for you. I would not, this is just a suggestion. I have a feeling that you're looking for something particularly financial or, so there's that romance word. Oh boy. I think you're going to do better if you stay put because you're more familiar with your surroundings. So that takes off that anxiety. Let me know if you can in the comments if you are interested in upping your financial situation and if you are looking for romance, because those two things come up, financial and romance. Okay, I'm being shown somebody in a cowboy hat, so I think they wear those out in California. Feels very ranchy, so, you know, ranchy, not raunchy. Ranchy like horses or cattle, you know. So there might be something with that. So you might want to check that out. Yes to both. Okay. Yes to both. She wants financial and romance. Okay. So I see this kind of dude in jeans and a cowboy hat. And a darker, it looks like a darker haired gentleman. They might even have a mustache here. And I feel kind of cocky with him, with like a country line dancing kind of, you know, he's got his hands on his hips and turning his boots out. So I think there's somebody who's going to catch your eye or you're going to catch their eye. So, and I think if you move over to the other coast, I'm also getting the grass is always greener in my ear from this lady, a grandmother type individual who's very fond of you, knows you from a child because I'm seeing you in a dress, longer, like hair, lighter hair, and something about ribbons. So I don't know if you had a ribbon in your hair, ribbon on the dress. Really cute. Show me about 7. She is saying the grass is always greener. So, and her suggestion is to stay put. I hope you understand who this lady is because she's very fond of you. So she's suggesting to you to stay put. If I get anything else on this, I will let you know. There's a big arrow here going up, an up pointing arrow. for finances. So I almost feel, and I also just got the word promotion. So I don't know if you're working on something or you're applying to something, or the job that you are seeking would be a step up for you. And I also get the month of September. So I think we are looking through the summer, stay put, explore your options. She's also going fill in the blank. So I feel like you have something that you need to fill out. And I get that arrow for September. So Linnell, I'm going to leave that with you. If something else comes in, I'm going to answer it. Let me get to a couple of other people. I hope that's helpful to you. This lady is very fond of you, very strong presence. She's, I have a B name here, like Barbie or Barbara, or a female B name. Retreats. Thank you. Great. I don't know what retreats. Okay. I have a B name with her, and or she is saying bakery. So I don't know if that means something to you. That kind of gives me a little tip on what this lady was like. And she's saying something about father's side. So I get bakery, father's side. So I hope that helps you identify this lady who seems like a grandmother type. Okay. Let's see. Who else had a question? Oh, Melissa. Melissa was next. Melissa Parks. I feel like a brotherly presence, Melissa, for you. I don't know if there's someone that passed that was like a brother to you. If you can type in the comments, let me know that. Feels more brotherly than fatherly. And I'm being cautious where to go with this, so you give me the okay. Because I have heard you have shared your story publicly, but it's not my business to do that. So you let me know if I'm in a zone that you don't want to go to. I feel a brotherly presence. Now, this could be, if it's not a brother, it's a close friend, and it's male. And I feel that I just want to say hello. He's putting his hand out to you, like shaking hands. I feel like go where you need to go. Melissa, do you have a gentleman in spirit who was like a friend or a brother to you? Or a cousin even? I'll go on with this gentleman only because he's putting his hand out to you. I don't think it's a dad. That would be too old. Although he is saying, and I don't want to borrow from our conversation when we taped a show together the other day about you saying your mother is here. But she possibly, yes, Alan. Okay, let me go back to Alan a minute. And he's got a ring on his hand too, which is feels like it has a stone in it, a red stone in it. Anyway. He's putting his hands out like this, and he's saying, I am so glad to see you like settled down. I also want to talk about maybe passing from smoking or emphysema or cancer or something like that. I feel with him, with the gentleman on the other side, and I feel as if I have a child over there too. So when I start getting into someone's spirit people, there's like 5 or 6 people around each person. So I'm saying, Alan, I have a gentleman here that puts his hand out to shake his hand or to wish you well, that he's glad that you're settled. I feel like he's wearing a gold ring that has some kind of stone in it. Like, I want to say red or maroon. I don't know why. And he's talking about a little girl. So maybe you were a little girl at the time, or he's talking about a little girl, or that one of your kids was little at that time. Also get cars with him. I feel like a car mechanic, something like that. Let me know if that's where I'm going, if I'm to stay with this gentleman. He's saying, your mother's not going to come forward because she's already done that. And I'm getting Oreos for some reason. I don't know why I have Oreos for you. I don't know if you just bought them or you're buying them for the kids or they're for Christopher or what. I also feel Christopher is named, your youngest son is named. It all sounds good. Okay. That was from Melissa. I have Oreos here and I don't know, and I'm wondering if they were for Christopher, your youngest son that I met the other day during our show. But I get a big Oreo here. It's coming, or a box of Oreos, package of Oreos. My favorite. I also want to say the word roommate to you. I don't know what that means. You had a roommate around the time of Alan. Hi, Rosemary. Yes, I will get to you, Rosemary. Rosemary. Melissa, I want to say to you, this is a guiding path that you've been guided on this path for a reason. I assume they're talking about what you do professionally as a psychic medium or clairvoyant, whatever title you use. But I know you do a lot of healing, you do readings, you do mediumship, psychic work. You have your own show. Melissa has her own show. Now I can't remember the name of it, but they're all on Goldylocks. Something Journey, Spiritual Journey? No, something Journey. Or is that Brian? Oh, well, sorry. Melissa's a wonderful radio show host. So is Laura Romero. They're all on Goldylocks Productions. Team Goldylocks is in the house. Joyful Findings. Okay, I knew it was a J. Sorry. Joyful Findings show. And you'll find Melissa Parks as the host of that show. Delightful gal. I want to get back to your, Wednesdays at 1. Thank you. Joyful Findings show. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Goldylocks Productions. And I'm being shown, now this could be grandfatherly or that generation up. I'm seeing those spectator shoes, white with the brown tips for men. So I have somebody standing here who's only showing me that much, his feet. So I would say this is a generation before dad, at least. So that would have to be an older generation to dad. I feel like Christopher is named for someone. Doesn't necessarily have to be family, but I feel it's a significant name. And I want to say like Christopher Robin, like from Winnie the Pooh or something. I just want to say the message that I'm getting, a collective message here I got about 3 people here for you, Melissa, that are so happy for you that you have been guided on this path and that you're doing this work. And I see you like letting things go, like you have a big trunk full of emotions or useless feelings you feel that aren't useful, don't serve you anymore. So there's this big trunk and you open up the lid and you're throwing this stuff out. Like, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this baggage anymore. I don't need this stuff. So I want to commend you on that. That's what I get from Spirit. So this Alan, I feel that he had this ring. He might belong to these shoes. I feel that he's something with cars. I feel that he knew you at a younger age, that he had a fondness for you. It's almost like like I want to feel like a brother or a godfather. Like I wanted to help you. And I want to say how well you've done. So I'm going to let that go because I have a few other readings I want to get in here today. And I also want to say to you, Melissa, September, November, very good months for you. Oh, Christopher loves Oreos. Oh, good. Okay. So that means Alan is aware of Christopher and is also looking over him. Thank you for that. 2 cents there. Thank you very much. Let me back up here a minute to Psychic Joanne Leo. Oh, here's Ange. Ange, do you think I will ever have biological children? It is something I'm worried about. Do you have any advice for me? Ange, are you looking for romance, or do you have a romance already? I have 2 children here in spirit, and I want to say twins, but and I want to know if, well, I don't want to know, but I'm getting the impression, and I know Spirit's giving me the wrong word for this, but I almost feel like the conception needs a little help. Let me put it that way. I'm looking at alternatives to conception. So the answer to your question is, I feel very favorable that there are 2 children in the spirit world for you. Let me see what her responses have been. Anything. Oh, you're welcome, Melissa. And looking for romance. I'm trying to find my future partner, husband. Yeah, and I have somebody here in the spirit world for you. I believe it's for you. That maybe worked on trains or the railroad or by a railroad, and he's got like a big sledgehammer. He's got like work clothes on. I can only see him from like his shoulder as he's leaning over, and I feel like he's turning around to say something to me. He's working with this sledgehammer, and I really feel like I'm by railroad tracks, or he's standing on railroad tracks. He's doing something to a cart that they used to pull, or an engine or the train or something. So I feel someone who's showing me this background. I hope this belongs to you. It's not your future husband, but I feel it's a loved one in spirit. Your future, the impression that I'm getting the impression that I'm getting, and I'm not sure where it's come from this gentleman, perhaps uncle, grandfather, something like that, is talking about a gentleman in finance. Now, I don't know what your profession is, but I feel like there is a future partner for you. And I want to say, the spirit world is saying to me, don't give up. Don't give up, because you feel like I don't know if time is escaping or evaporating on you. Don't give up, because I think there's a gentleman for you, and I feel he's financially not driven, but that's what he does, like financial analyst. It's on a computer. Handsome. Your background is marketing. Okay, so you might meet somebody in finance, and I'm getting these blue eyes like right at me. So I have a very attractive man around between 35, 38, maybe 42. It's hard to tell. Short, brownish hair, short. And distinct blue eyes. And I feel like his background is finance. And I wouldn't say he's well-to-do, but he's very stable, and he's a smart guy. And I think he had a disastrous first relationship. But I think he's looking to have a relationship with children. So, and I want to talk between, let me some months here, May, March or May. I would say more May. It's not, she says, yes, I feel time is moving away from me, and that will be too late. No, it isn't. My mother had me when she was 42. And so hold on there, because something great is coming for you. Even if it needs a little assistance, it's there, okay? A little assistance in the conception department. So I will leave that for you to interpret, whatever your needs are. And it's all possible. The marketing, I feel, I want to say Pepsi. I don't know why. I don't know if you're going to have something for the Pepsi company or something like that. But the word Pepsi comes out here, and I'm not sure why that is. I feel, and I also, I'm getting, if you play your cards right, I kind of feel like you have to play your cards right. And I don't mean to be insulting, but I feel like you're looking at the hand of cards that you've got, the cards that you got, and you're like, oh, this is not good enough. I don't know what I'm supposed to work with here, blah, blah, blah. I'm being told you don't appreciate how beautiful you are. I have an appreciation for Italian food, so I don't know if you come from an Italian family, but I'm getting a lot of meatballs and spaghetti around here. And I have this gentleman spirit that worked close to the railroad or on the railroad. They give me two kids, could be twins. And I almost want to say a boy and a girl. I don't get two of one thing. I get one of each. I get this lovely gentleman, very short buzzed hair, attractive suit and tie, shirt and tie on, and distinct blue eyes. And I feel financial with him. And I also get the month of May. So it's not too late. And I want you to look at your cards again and say to myself, I'm a beautiful woman, which you are, very attractive. You're not going to have a problem. You think you put yourself on the shelf to get yourself off the shelf. This is going to be work related. This is, which is nice because then you're going to see what he's really like. Okay. So Angie, I'm going to give you that. Let me back up here. Rosemary. Oh my goodness. Sharon. Sarah. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, I have a gentleman whose presence is bigger than life. I feel like there's a cigar here someplace around here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's associated with him. A big person and a big presence. I also feel like a holy medal or some kind of medallion on. I'm wearing a chain, and I'm saying pizza. It's all about the food for me, people. I'm feeling like either they owned a pizza restaurant or he went to a pizza place or he's from there. So let me know, Sharon, if that is fitting in with somebody that you knew in the neighborhood or this is a relative. And I also want to say father. I want to say, excuse me, friend of father or father's side. And I'm seeing wedding ring here. So I don't know if it's yours, you're going to get married, or this person had something to do with your wedding. I also have a female, and I want to say mom on the other side for you, Sharon. Let me know if I am on track with that because I will deliver a message from mom if she is on the other side. I'm getting the word mom. So either this gentleman is associated with mom. I'm kind of new at this in case you haven't figured that out. It's a little difficult to read, to be like out there. Because when you're doing a reading, you're kind of in an altered state. And to do the show and to read the comments and to write notes. So that's what I'm doing. Kavita. Who else is next? Let me see. Wait a minute. I think I had Joanne Leo here. Can't miss Joanne because she wants to talk to her brother. Wait, we got a lot of people here. I probably won't get to everybody. I'm going to do my best. Oh, so let me stop a minute. I got Sharon here. Older man sounds like my son's grandfather with the scar. Okay, good. My mom is still here. Okay, so that's not her. Could be my other mother. A few people call mom. Okay. Let's go with her a minute. Let's go with mom a minute. Because I got the word mom. So naturally I assumed it was your mom. But I think what she's trying to say is people called me mom. I feel like a very generous person, but don't cross her. A very generous person, big-hearted lady, who you're right, was a mother to more than one person that were not related to her. God bless her. And I feel like I want to pull your hair for some reason. Like some people would maybe pull your ear or something, like they're trying to kid you, or pinch your cheek or something. This lady, I feel like she's showing me pulling dark hair. So I don't know if that would be you, Sharon. Oh, that's her. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. And she's funny. She's funny because she's saying to me, Sharon, you always walked a crooked path. You must be like me. Your life path is like this, right? That's how mine was. And I feel like I'm off the beat. I think she's saying crooked path, but I don't think that she means that you're a crook. I just at all. I don't get that at all. But I'm getting like it kind of, your life kind of weaves and webs and she's my mother-in-law. It has to be her. Okay. She of course, hello to her son. I want to talk about three. So I don't know if there's three kids, if you have three kids or she had three kids, but I'm talking about three. And I do want to I do want to grab you when I want to give you a hug and a smooch here from your mother-in-law. She's talking about bedside. So I don't know if you were at her bedside when she passed, but I want to thank you for that. And I just want to relay this message to you, and then I'm going to move on because she's not giving me a lot. I just want to say you brought joy. I want to thank you for bringing joy to me, for bringing joy into my life, or that you were a joy. I feel that she feels very joyful to connect with you. So I just want to pass that on to you, Sharon. Let me get back. I hope you can take that. Let me get back to Joanne. Psychic Joanne Leo is in the house, and she's a radio personality. She was on last week in the Psychic Flow with me. It was last week. Most enjoyable for Valentine's Day. I know she's anxious to speak to her brother. Her brother comes forward with this big eagle. And I think this has happened before. And I don't feel it's a hawk. I feel like it's an eagle. And the wingspan, I just feel like that's what comes in with him. That's what comes in as him, or comes in first. And I'm talking about your brother is talking about Frank, your husband. He is saying, I was holding your hand, Joanne. I hope you know I was holding your hand. So I want to let you know that. I'm also talking about, wow, these rosary beads. Remember rosary beads when you made your communion? Were like these little plasticky kind of things. I think they were in your little purse. You'd have to be Catholic to get this, but anyway. For your first Holy Communion, you got this little purse with like a little Bible. Oh, is she with my son? Okay, I'll get back to you on that, Sharon. You know those little, anyway, they were small children's rosaries, and they were very small, and they're white. They look like seeds or something, little freshwater pearls or something, but they weren't. They were like plastic. He is saying to you, Joanne, I was holding your hand while Frank was in the hospital, and remember how we used to do the rosary or what we got? He's trying to show you, because probably the last time he used a rosary, I think, was when he was a child. Anyway, he's showing me these child rosary. So he was saying the rosary with you for your husband. He is so glad to see that he is making tremendous progress. And that you are too. Now, this is the brother that just passed. And he's showing me a flagpole, so I don't know. I feel like an extension flagpole. I don't know if he's commenting about my flagpole that I tried to attach to the house that a nice storm just blew off. So I have to fix that. I don't know if he's talking about that or something with you. And your father is here with your brother, and your father is singing Fly Me to the Moon. Fly me. And he's like, you know, he's kind of Sinatra-y with it. Fly me to the moon. And he's very debonair about it. And so he wants to give that to you. Let me stop and get to the sun a minute. I have 8 minutes, people. I'm working my way through. This is my mother. So, Joe, know that your brother is fine. He was with you with the hospital stay for Frank. Glad to see Frank is doing better. Your father is here singing Fly Me to the Moon, and your brother presented with an eagle. So I hope that you can take that, and that he was praying for you with these rosaries. Sharon, your son. I get the word accident, Sharon. Is that true? Was your son die as a result of an accident? Yes. I'm getting the word brave. So I don't know if your son was very brave or he thinks you're being very brave. Your mother-in-law is pinning a medal on your shirt. So your mother-in-law is saying you were very brave. Maybe during that grieving process or during the funeral process, or your son is saying because of the nature of the accident, you can understand why he didn't survive this, and he wouldn't have wanted to. So I want to say to you, Mom, I'm fine. I'm showing me a black belt. So I don't know if he was a black belt in karate or he wore a belt with a buckle or what, but I'm getting this black belt. So I don't know what that means. I'll relay that to you. I also want to let you know something about reading. I'm reading, which is something you always chided me about, or something I'm reading. And I feel as if his job on the other side is to read. He's reading to children that are newly crossed. So I don't know if he's reading their records to them. I feel more like storybook. He wore a black belt. Oh, okay. Good. That's always great to get confirmation. Thank you. He is reading to children. And I thought it was reading, I don't know what he was reading, but now it looks to me like fairy tales or children's books, that kind of thing. He's saying he would have been paralyzed, or someone is paralyzed. And if that was your son, he would not want that. Speed demon. He's mentioning the word speed demon. Somebody in spirit saying speed demon. So I want to apologize to you, Mom, but I have your back. He puts his hand on your back, in the middle of your back, just to let you know that I am here and I am always with you. He's also talking about blood tests. So I don't know if that's a relationship to you, but I am with you. He loved kids. Thank you. He wore a black belt. He loved kids and had a heart of gold. Okay, good. He just mentioned the word blood tests. So Sharon, yes, he is doing well, and he's reading to small children on the other side. So you must be very, very proud. He has a son who is 16 years old today. Oh, okay. He may be referring to his son as a speed demon, so he may be saying to him, because at 16, he's probably gotten his permit or his license. So he's commenting on that, and he will be with your son. Permit, good, yes, okay. So he's called him speed demon. He's make sure he's not a speed demon. Okay, a lot of love to his son. Happy birthday. Let me see. I think I can squeak. He's not. Okay, he's not a speed demon. Good. Okay, let me see what I got. Who did I miss? Angie, Melissa Parks, got them. Josie, got them. Wait a minute. I thought I had somebody else in here. Rosemary. Your mother passed, you're saying to me, your mother passed from an accident several years ago. I want to show you, she's showing me her legs and her feet. So I don't know what that's about. But I want to let you know that she is mobile now, where she may not have been on this side if she had survived that accident or as a result of the accident. I'm sorry, she passed from an accident several years ago. I just want to know if she's okay. She's showing me her legs and her feet and movement. So I don't know if she realized it was a problem after the accident. She wouldn't be able to do that. But I want to let you know she's totally one person again. She's saying, I'm all in one piece. All right. It's also showing me praying hands. So that could be a symbolism for a religious influence or Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that. But I'm getting, I think more religious, because I'm getting the praying hands with the rosary beads across like this. So I want to say thank you. I believe she's saying she's praying for you, and thank you for your prayers. To you, I want to say happy birthday or happy anniversary, Rosemary. I feel more birthday because I'm getting a cake here, and I feel like I just want to let you know I'm thinking of you. And I'm talking about Valentine's Day, so I don't know if that's important. She's showing me, I think Valentine's Day, because she's showing me those boxes of candies that come in a heart shape with a red ribbon. So I feel like I want to give you that. Talking about a headstone as well. So I don't know if there's a headstone. She's buried, interned where there is a family headstone, or she just got a headstone or something about a headstone. But she's showing me that. Maybe that she's interned with her family. That could be. And I also have jigsaw puzzles. I don't know why I want to say that. I hope that is relevant to this lady. I want to let you know she's very well aware of what's going on in your life, and she's talking about real estate. So I hope some of that is applicable. Oh, okay. She was very religious. Okay, thank you. This is from Rosemary. She has a headstone, but I never put her dates on it. Oh, okay. That's what she's not complaining. She's just saying, she's just showing me the headstone. That's okay. It's not that relevant to them. They're just bringing up something that is precious or significant to you and to her. Okay, so she's aware of that. It's all good. And I'm seeing something like yellow polka dots for some reason. So I don't know if she had a dress or you had a dress. Something that was white, yellow polka dots. It's funny what they bring through. And a big, and the piano. So I don't know if she played the piano. No, she's okay with the headstone. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. She's probably not okay with that. No, don't worry about it. I don't know if piano is in her repertoire, but she showed me piano keys here. So, and I want to give you a lot of love on that. I would not worry about the headstone. She's just bringing it through because, and she does have a sense of humor about it. So, and I want to give you a kiss from her. So that's the end of my show for this evening. I hope that you, thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll join us next week. And thank you so much for allowing me to reach in, and you're welcome. And thank you for allowing me to read your loved ones and to bring them in to speak with me. It's great. You are welcome. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you all for a wonderful show. Please join us next week. Check out my website, carolancarey.com. CarolanCarey.com. Love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.